Welcome everybody, it's October 31st, 2011, and we are officially about to hit 7 billion people on this planet. I'm just monitoring the situation. According to this, we're going to hit 7 billion people in 2 hours, 44 minutes. I figured this would be a good time to start the Kickstarter for this film that's going to describe the nature of the universe that we live in hopes of giving us a better understanding and helping us to make better decisions about how to deal with this. That's a crazy amount of people being born every minute. You need at least 64 of these little tetrahedrons to form what you would call 2 octaves of a perfect equilibrium state, a perfect geometry. My name's Jamie Janover, and I'm a musician and an artist, and I've been traveling the world for many years doing shows and presentations on unified field theory. This is an important scale model to be able to visualize the structure of the fabric of the vacuum of the universe. I came across a gentleman named Nassim Haramein about 10 years ago and was fascinated by his set of information, a unified field theory that describes the entire universe. And it led me on a long path of discovery and seeking out information. Everywhere we look, we see spirals, and the golden ratio and the phi ratio of 1.618 is found everywhere in nature, and it relates to the structure of space-time and the dynamics of all black holes at all scales. The pine cone is a fine example of this. And all those dynamics of spiral black holes curling towards singularity happen within the space that it's in. And this is the theorized structure of the space. Now we see that there's a lot of evidence that points towards this being perhaps the structure of the vacuum. And especially if you spin this thing, then you can see that, there's a dynamic that happens when you spin it, and a vortex forms in the center. And that is how this geometry relates to all black holes. Black holes are a dynamic that we see happening in the structure of space-time at all levels, at all scales. And it's happening within the structure of space-time. In the same way that you can look at a nautilus shell and see the beautiful curved feminine phi spiral that comes out from the center. You don't see the phi ratio angles drawn onto that shell, but that's the underlying geometry that gives rise to the phi spiral, is the phi ratio. In a similar way, you see the dynamics of black holes spinning towards singularity on all scales in things like atoms, hurricanes, the Earth's magnetic poles and field, the sun, the galaxy, the cluster, the supercluster. It's a milkshake black hole. So the fabric of the vacuum is actually curling like water going down the drain to singularity. It's been such an amazing process for me to watch people have these aha moments as they internalize this information and understand not only how the universe works, but how they fit into that framework. You are made of 99.999999% space. And so the question is, what's up with that space? Is there structure to the space? Does it have a density to it? Maybe if we understand space, which makes up a huge, vast majority of the universe, then we'll understand how to act and how to be and how to resonate in the space. The most efficient way to send this information out into the universe is to make a short film that can go viral on the internet. So I'm working with 2 incredible filmmakers, Danny B. and Leslie Sunshine, to put this film project together.
We've always been creatively inspired by learning about the universe and how everything fits into patterns in nature. This is a project that all three of us have wanted to do for a long time, and that's why we decided to launch a Kickstarter campaign to make it happen. Using visual imagery, sound design, and music, we will aim to blend together elements that describe the structure of space and how we're all connected in a way that transcends language.
Now we see that there's a lot of evidence that points towards this being perhaps the structure of the vacuum. And if that's correct, then we should be able to make technology that taps into the power of the spin and the coming together contraction towards singularity. In other words, if we can imitate the way black holes act, and we created our own black hole that was contained, perhaps we could create an infinite amount of energy.
We all have our hands on the steering wheel, and we all need to decide which direction we're going to send it. And there's a little bit of debate as to which way to go. And we need to entrain and all act as one, like we see birds flocking and we see schools of fish. The planet needs to steer it in a way that's going to be more fun and less death and pain and suffering.
My name is Nassim Hermain, and I've been working on a unified field theory for over 30 years now that describes our universe as scales from infinitely big to infinitely small, all connected. Jamie Janover is making a wonderful movie to demonstrate that in a simple and beautiful way that everybody can understand. It's been a long and beautiful journey, and it's time for the world to know that we're all connected, that we're all in the same boat, and that we must collaborate for this next piece of our evolution.
You can be a part of this project too. With your help, we can reach our funding goal. We can only do this with your support, so please help spread the word by sharing this with your friends and community.
And then hopefully we can send this information out across the world and the web and have it go viral and help add as much torque to the spin of change as we can in a short amount of time. Thank you very much for watching this Kickstarter video. With your help, we're gonna do really amazing things. We can do it. I know it. Come on, people.
Kickstart. Wah.